talking about. The Chiefs eking out a 23-20 overtime win against a Charger squad led by rookie Justin Herbert, who got the last-second start. The Chiefs overcame a double-digit deficit. Mahomes has now won an NFL record 6 straight games when trailing by double digits, including the playoffs. RC back here with us. Max, I was watching this one. It's so interesting. Yes, there's Mahomes, but how about Herbert? What were you more impressed with, the Mahomes comeback or the Herbert debut?
Herbert was really good for a guy starting his first game kind of suddenly, but we've seen other quarterbacks like that. Mahomes is different. The answer is Patrick Mahomes. He's different. Guys, I never thought for a second at any point in that game that the Chiefs were going to lose the game. Ever, not for a second. Like you know that feeling where you're kind of on edge and you want to, but like actually no, relax.
I was on edge.
Relax, Mahomes going to win this, and he did. And the reason we wouldn't be, that was like one of the worst games Mahomes has played against a very good defense, by the way, in a divisional game. And yet, I never thought for a second they'd lose, and of course they didn't. Mahomes almost seems a little bored early in games. He seems like he's like giving you a little head start so he can make it interesting for himself. He is the best I've ever seen. I thought the best quarterback I ever saw was Aaron Rodgers. Not the most accomplished. I'm saying that guy is like a one-man wrecking crew, right? Aaron Rodgers is the best I'd seen. Peyton Manning maybe in the regular season, but I want to include the playoffs and everything. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen. I think this is the highest level it's ever been played, even on a bad day against a good defense, against a divisional rival. He's like, I'll spot you the first half. Go ahead, do your thing. And never did I get the feeling he was going to lose because it's Patrick Mahomes.
I think Patrick Mahomes is sensational, but I think I've seen this before with Aaron Rodgers. I think there have been times in Aaron Rodgers' career where he's been that sensational, that lethal, and I'm not going to act like I haven't seen this before. Patrick Mahomes is special, but
Fair.
I've seen special before in Aaron Rodgers. I will say this. Justin Herbert incredibly impressed me. 311 yards when you didn't find out you were starting until minutes before the game. Because of an injury to Tyrod Taylor. Are you kidding me? And to come out there and never play an NFL game, and to come out there and to throw for 311 yards, threw that dime in the end zone, the guy in threw another good pass to Kelly, threw a couple of good passes to Keenan Allen against the Super Bowl champions. Listen, I got to give credit where credit is due, because when you've had Phillip Rivers for that long, we all know that Justin Herbert was drafted to be the successor to Phillip Rivers. We anticipated that Tyrod Taylor would be that dude this year, at least half the year, whatever. Now, just 2 games in, after one performance, you got people out there going like this. Why the hell is Tyrod Taylor going? Why did you announce him as your starting Anthony Lynn? Why did you announce that he would be your starting quarterback next week? What would you do that for? Ride this momentum, see what this kid has. We've got to pay attention to that, along with the fact that, again, overtime, it was 3 and out. I got that. You really wanted to punt and give the ball to Patrick Mahomes after they had tied it to send it into overtime? A lot of people are questioning that decision by Anthony Lynn, and obviously in the aftermath of it all, him still electing to go to Tyrod Taylor, he's not seeing the forest from the trees at this particular moment in time. When you've got a guy that comes out and performs like that, you can always go to Tyrod Taylor. He started a number of games in his career. He's also been a backup quarterback on many occasions in his career. Maybe you don't want to throw Justin Herbert out there, but the bottom line is, based on what you saw, why not ride that momentum and see where it takes you? You got nothing to lose, especially when you don't even have to worry about him being in a hostile environment, because there's no crowds in attendance.
Same page,
no
right?
big crowds.
Yeah, listen, I'm with Stephen A. It was Justin Herbert to me. I got an opportunity to watch Justin Herbert in person against Arizona State last year. And Arizona State had a freshman quarterback who outplayed Justin Herbert. And so having Justin Herbert had to be thrust in to playing against Patrick Mahomes, the defending Super Bowl champs, and what Max said is true. Right now, the best quarterback playing, and to play that well, to play that way, to drop dimes in the seam to Keenan Allen. And yes, he had the bad interception to L'Jarius Sneed late in that game, but I thought he played really well. I thought he was extremely poised, and if not for a route ran too short in overtime, he has the first down, and he's trying to get an opportunity to score. And Max, you can't ever undersell what it's like to stand across the sideline from greatness. When me and Troy Polamalu were going to games against the Baltimore Ravens and we knew they had Ed Reed and they had Ray Lewis, it was never us trying to stop Joe Flacco. We weren't worried about Joe Flacco. We knew we had to match their greatness on defense. We knew we had to come out and do exactly what they were doing or better, or we wouldn't win. That's the type of pressure that was on Justin Herbert. Not only finding out you were going to be the starter right before the game, but playing against Patrick Mahomes and showing up and showing out. And I'm with Stephen A. For Anthony Lynn to say that I love Tyrod Taylor. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a guy who deserves his chances. But this chance is over. Justin Herbert showed you that he is at least ready to get in that position and will this team and play well enough to have this team in game late against people like the Kansas City Chiefs. It's his time. And what we saw from Patrick Mahomes, we've seen before. Nobody's excited about that. I'm actually mad that he made his kicker kick a 58-yard field goal to win it because he is that good. This was about Justin Herbert. Don't take this opportunity.
We've seen it before.
And this shine away from this young man. He earned it.
He did. Herbert was great. And in terms of greatness, putting pressure on people to perform, that's why I'm so impressed with Stephen A. Smith every day. Must be very intimidating, but you would never know it from his performances. Look, let me say this. Let me say this. He deserves credit. Let me say this. When I think of what Mahomes is now, and the reason, normally I would say Herbert, but Mahomes is different. I think of Belichick and Brady. You just always felt like they were going to win. No matter what was happening, they were going to win. Montana and Walsh, right? But in both those cases, I would say the head coach was at least as much credit, due as the quarterback. Certainly Belichick and Brady, and even Walsh, and Montana. And Montana and Brady are the two greatest of all time. But Mahomes and Reed are there now already. It's season 3 with these two together, and they already have that. Well, they got this. And to me, it feels like it's more Mahomes in this case. First time I've seen where the quarterback is the guy where I'm like, he's just always got it.
Well, first of all, a couple of things. Number one, as great as Mahomes is, I don't think this is the day to rave about him, considering the way he was held in check in the first half. And then in the second half, they only scored 14 points. The Chargers got outscored 14-6, all right? And if you're Anthony Lynn, it's a 4th and 1. I understand it's at your own 34-yard line, but my God, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to get the ball. And if you need all you need is a field goal to win, since the Chargers got the ball first, and the likelihood of him getting a field goal, if not a touchdown, is high. So guess what? You got to go for that on 4th and 1, Anthony Lynn, regardless of how your defense had played for the most part.
Got to go for it.
In terms of Max's comments, this is all I have to say. You got me today. Because after what the Falcons did yesterday, I have no comeback for anybody today. I am in no position to say anything to anybody. I have to hide.
It's your Kawhi day.
It was my Kawhi day last week.
There is a plus, and I don't want to even joke about it, but here, with the COVID-19 thing, the fact that you have to wear masks and stuff like that, maybe it's a disguise where people won't notice me
they know it's
when
you.
I have to walk
we
the
know
streets
it's
of
you.
travel.
Stephen A., keep this in mind.
Stephen A.,
keep this
Aaron
in
Rodgers
mind.
looked good, at least one of your boys.
Ryan?
Stephen A., they will let you down. Don't worry about it.
I said, unless you put a hat on, bro, they going to know it's you.
They gonna know it's me. They gonna know it's me with my peanut head self. I wish I could hide because, boy, I swear to you, I actually had to go to Atlanta on business in the next couple of weeks. I'm not going. I'm afraid I'm gonna see a Falcon.
Oh my goodness! By the way, we asked in our poll.
I'm afraid I'm gonna see a member of the Falcons. I'm telling you, I gotta stay away.
Poll question: bigger headline, was it Atlanta's collapse or was it the Cowboys' miracle comeback? 68% say it is the Falcons' collapse. So Stephen A., you're
How
right
did they
in
top
that
the
poll.
Super Bowl?
RC, good to see you virtually.
They look dumb.
Fellas, good to be
see
back
you,
in
Molly.
NYC. Let's do it again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.